Hello, everybody. I did my action research project on um, teacher-family communication, specifically trying to reach the families that are Spanish-speaking and bilingual. I was noticing that when I try to kind of communicate with the families, the Spanish-speaking families, which is about half of my class, kind of struggled with updates and reminders. They didn't seem to always be informed about classroom events that were going on. I wasn't sure if they were able to really support their learners at home, um, with kind of being consistent with what we're doing in the classroom and also at home. And I wasn't really hearing from them. It was more just kind of one sided, me giving them updates and not really getting questions or anything from them. So I really wanted parents to be more involved, but the communication wasn't always. I feel it wasn't really accessible or very clear for them. So my research question is: how does implementing bilingual newsletters impact parent teacher communication and parent engagement in my preschool classroom? Looking at the literature, there a lot of key ideas kept popping up. There seemed to be a lot of patterns in the literature and all the different sources I was looking at. Mainly, there was the strong connection between family and school communication when it came to student success, both in school and beyond. Um, it showed that bilingual communication increases um, confidence in families, confidence that the families have in their teachers in the school. It also increases participation in those families with the school. Families engage more when the research shows that families engage more when communication is linguistically accessible to them. Um, it shows that having consistent and clear communication, always kind of in the same mode, builds trust between teachers and families. Just getting all those constant updates and just kind of knowing what's going on in the classroom regularly builds that trust that families have in the classroom. And I thought it interesting that it showed that using written formats like newsletters gave families a chance to be involved at their own pace. That when using face to face or phone call communication, that sometimes parents were overwhelmed or didn't have time to kind of process the information, but using that written aspect of it, they were able to take in that information and um, process it as they're able to, and it was helpful. Is what the research shows. So my main takeaway from the literature is that improving communication isn't just about translating information for the families. It would be more about improving communication to build a relationship with the families, to build a relationship with me and them, build that trust in the classroom, and that the families can just trust in me in my classroom in the curriculum and be able to fully participate in their child's education. Yeah. So my methodology behind that is to use bilingual English Spanish newsletters weekly. So weekly newsletters that are printed out, both printed out and used digitally. I use Class Dojo, which is like a digital app that I could message parents on. So I would do a bilingual newsletter that I would send out in the backpacks and also put on digital, um, like a post. My participants would be the families of my preschool students, and I would use both qualitative and quantitative data collection tools. I would do surveys both at the beginning and the end of the research, using a Likert scale, just to see how the families are feeling with communication. I would keep logs of parent communication, just how often, track the frequency, just how often they're reaching out to me and communicating back and forth. And I would also keep journals for myself, just to document any observations I have on communication. how parents are reacting, how I feel it's going, just to kind of see patterns over time. So I would compare the results of the surveys, just to get some quantitative data, look for patterns in my journals for qualitative data, and kind of, I guess, triangulate all of that to get a clear picture of whether or not the bilingual newsletters are improving communication or not. Um, so yeah, so my biggest takeaway from this is that just kind of doing the action research, it just kind of changes the way I was thinking in the classroom. It's not just, it was more, I was always thinking about how can I improve this? How can I improve this? What can I implement into my classroom to improve not just communication, but I was kind of just thinking about constantly like which action research can I do next and to help my classroom transitions or even like working with my parents to improve that um, relationship. Um, This process taught me to really rely more on data, not just assumptions. Use data to back up what I'm seeing in the classroom. Stay open to what's changing and what might not work. Um, Maybe if I did implement this, the bilingual newsletters might not work. Maybe I would have to try something else. But to just keep my mind open to what may work and what might not work. And also, I just want to continue to keep reflecting and analyzing and just realize that it's always forward progress. Don't get stagnant. Just constantly keep data and look for ways to improve. Yeah, overall, I was thought this was a great experience, and I'm very happy with how my action research turned out. Thank you.